What is going on YouTube and zombie killers? It's I, Hazik from Overnight Gamers, bringing you an intense video today on a power level 70 Survive the Storm. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it, and I just wanted to show everyone the proper steps and just a little bit of the gameplay on what to expect and how to kind of play the map out and just sort of be able to survive the storm and complete the mission successfully. So first thing we're going to go over is what class am I running. Luckily enough, I have the Mythic Mega Base Kyle, so that is what I'm going with. Beforehand, if you do not have the proper material, meaning metal, some brick, maybe you need some bolts, nuts, and everything for even traps, because that is a must in this. Certainly before this, run a farming mission. You know, depending on what you need, you run certain parts of the maps. Also, let's go ahead and cover the weapons. I suggest bringing a weapon of every type of element. It certainly is helpful, certainly on some of the waves that come out. Maybe you're dealing more with nature, so fire would be more effective, and so on and so on. If you guys want, I'll go ahead and make a video on how that works, but for now, let's go through this. So as you see right now, I'm going ahead and working on the A base, which is the first base of the night that's going to go on. So throughout the day, you get a certain time limit on which it lets you build and it lets you prepare and everything. So right here you see all the traps we laid down. Most of these are my traps, and most of the video you're going to see me putting my traps, but it's fine, you know. This is what we wanted. We wanted to see more trap action. We are joined here by my brother and two of our friends, and you know, the two friends we brought in, they are pretty low, but they wanted to explore this, and you know, we just wanted to help them out, let them see a new side to the game, a more intense side, because of course the higher you go, the more husk you're gonna see spawning, and the more intense it's gonna get. You know, it's a new feel. So right here we're just reinforcing the walls, making sure everything is prepared. We see on the map where they're spawning from, and boom, the night has started. I open up the map to see when they spawn, because usually they come up little red dots, and that's very helpful. You can see this side of the base we didn't really cover with much because they're not going to spawn from this side. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. I believe this wave we actually start to see a lot of man, what are they called? Jesus. We start to see a lot of the Frankie, what are they called? Smashers. Jesus, there you go. We start to see a lot of the smashers coming, and it really does take our base a little apart. There you go. You see one right there, and I use my my rush to try and interrupt him a little bit. Oh man, the other things got heated really quickly, and if you're not prepared for this, man, you're certainly going to have a hard time, so it's always best to put down traps. We did experience a team before this. We just played with two randoms, and it was pretty bad. They didn't help build. Usually you want a team that's going to participate. You know, it is a teamwork game, and if you certainly lack the team, then you're going to have a rough time. Boom, there you go, those retractables, really strong retractables. You can see the type of traps I put down. You want to put the gas traps in the initial entrance of the base, just because you want that DPS, and it kills the easier husk, kind of like the smaller ones, maybe the bigger husk. But then when you deal with the smashers or the beamers, you kind of want the bigger stuff closer into the base, because they're more healthier, they can make it in deeper, and these traps and retractables and the zappers certainly deal a bigger amount of damage. So that was smashers, and it did disrupt us a little bit, not too heavy. So what you do there, they break some stuff. You just got to be quick on the repair. You got to be quick on the repairing and putting down more traps, because they tore through a little bit. If you're running the box, you want to make sure you go ahead and throw that down as often as you can, get those supplies. As of right now, I believe we're good for a bit. The wave died down. You're going to have those parts in the waves where they died down, and they certainly pick back up. Okay, so right here we got some propane tank action. I didn't know if you see it, but when propane tanks usually start to come in towards the base, you want to get out of the line of sight, because sometimes if they see you, they want to throw that propane at you, and it can certainly deal some damage to the base to where it does affect a little bit. So right here I'm playing it back. Man, you see, when you have a good trap set up, you certainly can just relax. It's very, very at ease, very relaxing. Again, this is just the first night. I started to see some husks coming from around the back. Ooh, those were some propanes right there. Oh man, then the I-beams do hurt. Ooh. There you go. So right here I started to make some pathing for the husk. I do this a lot. If I see some husks coming from around. Oh man. Yup. Oh, okay. So this part, there is another wave of smashers coming, and the propane tanks and smashers for the first night, definitely not something I was expecting. But you know, we got to deal with it. You know, we have our traps that we're able to uphold the incoming wave. So, you know, we were prepared, not necessarily thinking that was coming, but hey, we were able to handle it. And there you go, you see them repairing everything, getting it ready back to where it was at, trying to make it 100% again. There you go, reinforce. Always you want to reinforce your metal, your brick, whatever you put down. Certainly you don't want to use wood because it is the weaker of the two, and that would blow up pretty quickly. This is coming to the end of the first night. It was really simple except for the smashers and the propane tanks, but what can you do, you know? There you go, these guys. Look, something here that I'm doing is just trying to pull the wave of the spawning from going inside the base. It's getting to the end of the night where they're just gonna vanish, so I'm just trying to move them out, trying to get aggro, and just trying to lead them away from the base, as well as having a little fun. You know, it's always fun running around and just shooting down everything, dodging those I-beams. Used to love dodgeball as a kid, but you know, we grew up and all we can do is do it in video games. So the night's over. Now the day is starting. The next day usually tells you what you're going to be doing. Typically you're going to start B side. So what I go ahead and do here, I open up the map, just check what's going on. I reinforce what I need to reinforce back at A for the traps. Now for B side, we got it by the other restaurant. Right here I see the spawning points for the husks, and what I'm going to end up doing is trying to fix their pathing. I don't want them coming towards this low side. I don't want to think about them coming from this side. So I use my wood. Now since we have a large amount of wood that we can hold, I put it down and I'm going to go ahead and start to reinforce it. And this causes their pathing to only go towards the right and not low side towards that little downhill area. Da, da, da. There you go. Bing bada boom. And what this does, reinforcing the wood, I believe they see a more healthier structure, they're not going to bother with it. Probably if it was a level 1 wood, they would have went down there and just tore it up. Just because, you know, that's what zombies do. They're a nuisance. They're annoying. And then I go to the other side of the spawning point and make another pathing wall. Get rid of these guys real quick. I reinforce it. And at this point we got 5 minutes left. Really well. If you're to go ahead and do these pathing walls, guys, it's really helpful. It really is. It makes everything flow a lot easier. And then what you're going to go ahead and see me do here is ceiling traps. Where these guys spawn, they only are able to break the floor structures. They cannot break the ceiling structures, and they can break the wall structures, but that's why you don't have to put them so close. And I make it out of wood just because we are not going to be over here. We're not going to be close to them. So if propane tanks are over here, they'll die within the trap zone, and we won't have to worry about anything blowing up. So that's why I use wood. And I believe someone else upgraded the wood pallets to the next level, but you know, it's unnecessary. And I went ahead and put some gas traps and the zappers. That should be able to take care of them. Usually the zappers, you want them towards the exit of that trap tunnel, just because whatever is left alive, it'll be able to one-shot it. And then another one over here, just preparing for the other spawning point where they're coming from, so just so we can control the waves a little easier. And the night 2 actually just started, and there you see the traps working. This is actually a patrol that was right next to us, so that was annoying all game. It was just there, it never went away. I put my base down here more for an offensive tactic, just because I have electric floors and it can dish out some DPS. Also, I have the new Kyle as my tactical slot, so as you know, once 30 die on the floors of his base radius, it emits that explosion, so it would help out that side where they're spawning from. So that was pretty good. This is the B side base, you can see it right here. We didn't put traps around it because it was kind of unnecessary, but then certainly the waves did get a little out of control. We just maintained it though, it wasn't too hectic. I forwarded this night just because nothing intense really happened. Our traps really took care of everything. Right here, what you see is just some more wave control, more pathing control. Right here, I made so many traps this one. I think I made probably over 100 traps for sure. So right here, I'm reinforcing the B base just in case. I put down my usual trap. Design, the retractables with the gas on top, with the floor launcher to push them back, and then I put some wall lights so they could stay in the stun duration of the retractables in case they need a recharge. Really simple. Compared to night 1, night 2 was a breeze. Oh man. As well, guys, if you have any questions on anything that I'm not mentioning, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll be sure to reply to you as soon as I can. So this is B base again, just like I said before. I'm just fixing it up just for security measures because it is a power level 70 and sometimes it does get overwhelming. Setting up some walls. I don't upgrade it here much as of right now just because, you know, I didn't find a need to. They weren't going to spawn on this side, I believe, during the next night, but you know, I'll just gain it ready for in case. Oh, there you go. Wow, that crit on that husk. Very nice. You know, something I found out about the wall lights, you can put actually a window in the middle of that wall right there. I don't know, gave me an idea for something, but I'm going to go ahead and test that out and show you guys on another video. Get some wall lights. I'm really glad I have all these traps too. I got really good rolls on all of them. I think, what am I missing? I'm missing the freezing trap and the fire trap. Not really needed, but you know, it'd be nice to have in my inventory. Oh, and the tire traps. Missing those. That would be a fun one. I can't wait to get those. So right here you can see my base down, and it's certainly taking care of a lot of the floor. And then we have some dynamos right there. Really good trap setup right there. We didn't really have to worry about that side till probably the last night. So right here the next night starts. And I'm just clearing out some trash. I see them coming from the side, so I have to do some wave, some pathing control. So right here you see me just clearing these guys out. And then I'm going to start building some pathing because their spawning point was a little bit more to the right. So this right here will take care of it, where they would just be forced to walk into the A side, and it would be easily controlled. Oh, and then right here, okay, so night 3, guys, I believe it's always in night 3 the mini boss appears. Man, oh man, those mini bosses, they can be hectic at times, depending on what you get. So the smaller husks, when they're mini bosses, you can charge at them, bull rush, and you can move them out of the base. Usually what I like to do, I like to bull rush them and then pull aggro, and then I can lead them from the base. And I could just take care of them myself, or the team wouldn't have to worry about them. But this one was a little chaotic. His weakness was fire, and he did have wall weakening. So with wall weakening, they hit our walls, and boom, they come out really quick. So usually with with bosses, it tells you the weakness. Like I said, this one was fire, so I had my Dragon's Roar, and an amazing weapon with good rolls that my brother actually got. So I was using that here. Move him out of the way. I don't want him hitting any walls. And this boss was pretty easy to control, just because it was a smaller husk, and just because I had the charge and rush. And just like that, he was dead. And then, like I said, we just repair everything, get it back to what it was. You see my brother there just putting the floors. We're gonna set up some more traps just to control this side. And that was the majority of night 3. Nothing crazy. So the next day, we have to put a new generator up. So I believe this is the seaside. We made some kill tunnels over here. I did my thing and put the gas traps in the electrical zappers where they're spawning from. You'll see it right there. And my brother made some kill tunnels right here. Kind of weird kill tunnels, but you know, sometimes you gotta let the people do what they do. Oh man, that propane tank, that one scared me, but luckily it didn't do too much. Man, my gas traps, I love it. Dance around them a little bit. There you go. Oof, I love doing that move, it's so fun. I just hate when I miss them and then I just run by them. So right here is night 4, it began, and right away on Seaside they're ignoring the kill tunnel. And usually what you want to do is see where they're going, because usually where one goes in the initial wave, the rest are going to follow. Right, because zombies have no brain, they just follow the leader sort of thing. So our team comes over here and we start building a defense, kind of like a little castle defense, so it's pretty fun. And we try to see what we can build around it. Everyone's playing some defense here. And then I'm using my nature gun because that one's good against water enemies, and luckily the super shredder is such a good weapon, oh so strong. And I got some nature on it, so it's really nice. So right here I'm putting some wall lights, making sure we have some defense. The wall lights, even if they hit the walls, I'll be pinged on where they're hitting them, and we'll be able to move over here really quick. Then it hits me, I'm just gonna build a little ceiling traps, because if they're going that way, you kind of want to put some traps there just so you'll get rid of most of them. I believe I put those just for now. You put those jump pads for some quick maneuvering around the map, really helpful. I just didn't do it as much as I usually do. And I see A getting hit, you see that? Oh man, luckily they went to purple lavas. You see those eye beams, man, crazy. My gun actually broke there, and I was like, oh, I'll just use this green rifle, but no, I wasn't doing enough damage. I get hit from the back. Beams always kill anything so quickly, so always be careful with that. I believe right here I respawn at the seaside where the banner is placed, and boom, right into the action of nothing. See guys, not all games go like this. Like I said, you gotta have a team that's willing to sacrifice materials to put down traps, because it is an intense game, and if you're not properly organized or properly placing traps, or you know, even if you don't have a teammate putting as much as you do, it is difficult. Here's a shredder in action, man. Perfect, man. I miss playing Call of Duty, but you know, right now this is Fortnite grind. I see some propane tanks coming out. I want to move those out of the way. I want to pop them. Usually if you pop them and there's a wave coming, you know, it kind of controls the wave coming. So right here, I try and put 2 gas traps down, I believe, just because there is a large amount of Hus coming down. And you know, you want to make it easier for your base than whoever's protecting the base. So 2 gas traps, I think it was good enough. And it starts to kill those. Usually you could, oh man, sadly that didn't get him. But it did hit most of his teammates. That was good. Propane tanks, man, they're crazy. You really don't want those guys reaching your base at all. And if you have decent knockback on your weapon, usually 2 shots can knock them back, so it would mess with that animation. And even though their propane tank is ignited, it will not blow up. It'll pretty much reset it. Man, I get down so many times this night. Just playing recklessly. Usually when there's a beamer, you want to go ahead and put like cheap wood walls, because that would pretty much, you know, you'll survive. And then I come back to the banner and I see that C was hit, so they were getting through. So I felt like I need to make a better tunnel. And right here, C, like coming at that moment was perfect because I was watching the Hus. They were just going around the gas traps. So I had to close it off. Like I said, you gotta control the pathing of the Hus. There you go. Alright, so the rest of the night was pretty simple. Now we have the next day started. We have to install the generator at the D area. I believe my brother does it, but let me just confirm it real quick. I'm over here at A, checking if everything's alright, opening the map. Everything looks good at A, everything looks well placed. So this is D right here to the right side. This will be the next one. I thought it was Allen Tack, my bad. Yeah, add a little moment. So install this generator, then you can see where the waves are going to be located, where they're spawning from. And man, you see there's that patrol, it never goes away. Ooh, so irritating. So all the directions, or all the locations where they're spawning from, we actually already have the traps from previous spawns, so we didn't really have to worry about them at all. It was pretty, I believe this next night was pretty simple. I come back to C, I reinforce this pathing tunnel, and for sure this one controls it really well. I was looking at it, making it, just checking what else I can do. Oh man, look at all those propane tanks. What a deadly tunnel right there. If one was to go off, everything is gone. Definitely a terrifying sight to see all those propane tanks. Running low on nuts and bolts, I start asking for my team for some. You know, and then if you have team members that will help you out with some supplies, it's definitely a plus. You know, this game is a farming game, and you know, we all have to help each other in this community. Luckily we had some nice people with us, some nice friends of ours, so that was very, very awesome. Just seeing where else I can build to put some traps, you know, more traps, more chances of success. I believe our other teammates, one of them was playing recycle, so that was good, and well, we had 2 recyclers, so that was really good. And then we had a soldier with us, which is good. You always want a soldier for the smashers in case they get intense, or for the mini bosses, because they can run commando or war cry, and that is a plus. Then I just came to check on my brother because he was handling this side. This is another spawn point, but he has it pretty well. He does his own little thing. He has different traps than me, but certainly good traps as well. Looking at the A spawn, I don't know what happened to my ceiling right here. I don't know what blew it up or anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a better one. More bigger, more better. You know, like I said, guys, it's always better to go over the top. Always, you know, you never know what to expect, so it's always better to just put. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, okay. Dang, that's a lot of retractables. That's a lot of big damage right there. I love this wall setup right here. The wall, then the stairs in reverse, and it certainly does save you a lot of time when the Husk are bombarding and everything. So I go ahead and place all of these gas traps on the top, and it does help out a lot. Boom bada boom, boom bada beep. There you go. Also guys, it's also a good idea to place defenders down. My defenders are not leveled up. I have one of them, a melee, but typically in these missions she gets down a lot where it's just a hassle. So I don't really use her. I have played with other people that use their defenders and they love them. I love them too, but they just had them max level and with a decent weapon. Alright, so night 5 begins. And I'm just checking on everything, seeing what's needed around. Things are starting to spawn. Ooh, there you go in the action. Kill it. I don't know why the zapper didn't go off. It was kind of odd. It wasn't recharging either. Maybe it was bugged or something. Man, look at that. You don't want to get stuck on that crossfire. I close this off right here. Make sure it's well barricaded, and like I said, pathing. Pathing is a big thing in this game. Ooh, you see that? Man. Retractable and the zapper really strong, really strong. So then right here, C was getting hit somehow, which I thought. That's why you can see on the bottom left I said what for, and I couldn't find an opening. So I was just here relaxing. Put a little question mark because I was like, what the heck, what was getting hit? And from where? So I go down, I'm checking the kill tunnel, and I see the wall opening, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. So something managed to get through, but I was just like, okay, let me just check if my tunnel's killing them 100%. And it looked like it was doing the job, but I was like, alright, for extra measure, I'm gonna go ahead and put a zapper. I think I put 2 of them. Reinforce the wall. I know I go over the top sometimes, but you know, better be safe than sorry, you know. Propane tanks coming through, you definitely don't want those coming through. And you see the gas traps, they're good enough to take care of it. Usually, like, the zappers are for the smashers. If they manage to get through over here, they'll be able to take them out really quick. And really cool access point to the A side just to take care of 2 bases. So that night ended. Day 6 begins. We have to upgrade Generator B. Generator B is from the base I built the second day. And I just reinforced it a bit. Looking at the spawn point. I believe right here I see that the spawn point was a little off to the right, so I thought they were going to start coming towards the side from the back. But if I was to build a better pathing area right here, they'll go straight to A. So that is what I do, this whole area right here. Luckily I built it earlier, so what I end up doing is, you'll see in a bit, just starting to get some traps ready. I open up that little panel up there to the left, and it's another pathing entrance for them, so they'll split up, either go right directly through the A side to the right here, or they'll go to the left, which I'm going to open up. You'll see it right now shortly. I need nuts. Bolts and nuts, certainly something we all need in this game because they go really, really quickly, especially if you overkill tunnels like I did right here. And I ran out. Alright, so this is where they're spawning from. This is what I want to go ahead and prepare over here. Then I was like, alright, looking at it, which way were they going to go? They're going to go right, they're going to go straight through. Then this patrol comes out of nowhere. We had to deal with it. And there's a smasher. Certainly not a fun smasher to mess with. Especially this late in the mission. The Smasher's a higher level than the initial, so the first night they were level 70, and now for the night 6 preparation, you can see the level 89. And I believe the highest it goes to is 94, so the last night they will be level 94. I need help. I just didn't want that Smasher to go into the base because that patrol can go into the bases and start breaking everything. So I spawn at the seaside, get on my hoverboard and go help them out. We were all here, man. I never had so much problem with one Smasher. Pull my nature weapon out, the ice, and then like the Smasher there was nature, so I was using the weapons some higher level gave me, power level 106, and it was fire. I didn't like it as much. It wasn't as strong as my dragon roar. So yeah, I just stopped using it. But with fire, you want to use for nature, then nature for ice, then ice for fire, and then energy as well. It's a good weapon for all use. I did roll a decent new assault rifle from the new weapons that came out, the neon one, so I'm gonna definitely level that up and try it later, especially with decent rolls. So right here I started to build a pathing trap tunnel. Close that section off, leave that open, put some ceilings. At this point in the game, I think a lot of us were very dry on resources, so we were just barely surviving. But our traps all around were still pretty healthy. They had decent durability left. A few of them we did have to replace, but other than that it was still fine. I think most of the action, most of the spawns were coming from the A side. It never really changed from over here, this side right here, the east side, and the west side of the map. So my base skill, I didn't really move it from the west side. I kind of left it there all game. Used it as an offense and a pushback to kind of control that wave over there. Again, I do the same setup. This setup is pretty effective. If you want, try it out and tell me your thoughts. I think a lot of people now do this setup, so until someone comes out with the next best thing. My brother went ahead and put some dynamos down. I was like, oh, pretty strong. I was kind of hesitant. I didn't know if we needed some floor traps, but I believe I went ahead and made some retractables in the book. Right here there was a small wave, so I wanted to test out the trap damage. It seemed pretty effective. Then I wanted to see if someone come through, and they definitely did not. But better be safe than sorry. I went ahead anyways, and I made the retractables there. Just didn't have enough for them yet. As you can see there, my rolls for the retractable were pretty well rolled. I just don't have my last one. I don't really need it yet, but I'll get it soon. It's just I like having the 2-star supplies because I have a lot of it. So I could just use it for that instead of using my sturdy level 3 supplies. Our buddy Hal, he was giving us nuts the whole time. Very helpful person. Very awesome friend to have. Put some floor spikes in the entrance just to slow them down, and then they can get more of the poison from the gas trap's affliction damage. There you go, you see it doing some work, already half health. Boom. Gotta love our traps, guys. A little floor launcher there just for fun, why not? There you go, always reinforce the path of the sides to control the pathing. Floor launchers. And night 6 shall begin shortly. I believe our night 6 was very easy. I was looking at it, I felt like we accomplished the mission already. I was like, you know what, good job. It felt like we were already at the finish line, and you know, we were already gonna get that the special treat at the end, you know, those transforms. So you know, night 6 is here. You know, we all get together. The traps are killing all of them. We're just hanging out. Just start dancing. I don't know what they were talking about, the private section or anything, but then night 7 happened, guys. Night 7, you know, I skipped the daytime because it was just an upgrade, and everything got chaotic really quick. Night 7, I-beams, you see them there, you see all the propane tanks. This is the B-side, by the way, and you know, there was a reason why I upgraded everything. And boom, you see there, propane tanks coming in like crazy, and it was chaotic. Chaos broke right away. Big difference from all our other nights. Propane tank goes off. B-side is getting hit, and also, guys, you see there, repair everything really quick. Sometimes, you know, yeah, there's enemies, but you have time to repair, and boom, the mini boss comes out of nowhere, and it's just like, I didn't even know what to do. And it was a smasher. Typically that's the worst one. You never to go through smashers, it's really annoying. So we start aiming at him, everything got hectic, we start seeing that our E was getting hit, and Smasher's not even at the E side, so we're wondering what's going on. My brother's telling me to head over there, and boom, there you go, a propane tank down. The Smasher is just taking everything down, so just from having an easy game, guys, everything got chaotic really quick. Like I said, it gets overwhelming at times, and this was definitely one of those times. So the Smasher, you know, our buddies are trying to take care of him. I gotta head to E side because the health just keeps diminishing little by little. Everyone's screaming on the mic, and it was definitely chaotic. And I look at E and it looked fine from what I saw. They're just doing some repairs. We definitely needed more traps. You saw that trap go off right now. That AoE one, it didn't do any damage. Like I said, these are level 94s, and just what we needed. Another Smasher came out, you know, and it was a fire one. But then they started screaming that they needed help with the boss, so I head over there. and I'm just getting pulled left and right. And the boss, you see, he took out mostly everything on the B side, so you need to control. You need to keep calm and just control everything. So I tell them, guys, keep building, keep building. If you keep building, you know, it takes some time for the husk to break through, and you should be able to control the situation fairly decently. So the smasher now over here at the A base. Oh man, this was getting crazy. I get knocked down for the 100th time in this night, and things were just getting so crazy. We were like seeing E's health go down slowly and slowly. So in my head, I was wondering what's going on over there. And this gun just pissed me off. It was not doing any damage whatsoever, and I don't believe I know a way to kill corrosives. Like, what's the weakness for them? If you guys know, please put it down in the comment section, because I don't know. I believe maybe fire, and at this time, oh gosh, do you see E's health is so low. We start panicking, everyone's just shouting, and we just need to control. Just keep killing, keep building around. At this point, if you guys notice, the mini boss vanished. We didn't kill him all the way, and he just disappeared. So we had someone at A side repair everything, and we're just here at E. Priority right now is with 2 minutes left, the least amount of health, 949 health, probably the lowest health I've seen in any generator, and we're just trying to defend it with our lives. I go look at A because for some reason I think the mini boss is still up, and I just hear another shout, and it's the red fire smasher that came in from earlier. And I was saying, guys, we need to come kill the smasher. Propane tanks start coming out from nowhere, so I'm panicking. And everything is breaking out in chaos. I'm gonna get down again for the 101th time this night. And the smasher is heading to D. I was hoping he did not touch E. And Hallie comes in for the rescue. And our buddy Luce just saying it and typing it, E guys, E guys. Luckily the smasher we take out really quick. And I do have a water weapon, but I didn't like the damage on it. It didn't have any of the rolls I would love. It just had that legendary water affliction and damage. But I used it, leveled it, and I didn't like it. It was the Night Claw, I believe. So right here the night's finishing. We see some propane tanks blow up. They're coming from everywhere. And this is very stressful. Certainly a very stressful last night. And it seems like they're just all coming towards this side. And I just keep saying, guys, keep building. Keep building. That's the best thing to do, is keep killing and keep building. I put my banner down for more health on the walls and health regeneration for the walls. 16 seconds. At this point we are still stressing out, still sweating. Are we gonna do it? And bam. Mission failed. No. Mission accomplished. We ended up doing it successfully. And man, it was felt so good just to know we completed it. And even that slither of little thought in the back of our head of just failing. And you can see my stats here. I did so much, but you know, it's a team game. We all did well. They all participated equally, and it was fun. It was a good experience, and yeah, it's very fun. Definitely won't be doing it again, but probably run some 40s and yeah, get some transformers, some legendary schematics, and well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next video, guys, enjoy your day. Peace out.